Hi, and welcome along to AFTV Transfer Daily, the show that keeps you up to date with players that may link with a January transfer move to Arsenal. Oh man, what a frustrating night it was last night against Newcastle. We couldn't break them down, could we? We couldn't break them down. It was a very frustrating night. I have to say, Newcastle, very well organised team, didn't really come with any ambition of winning the game. They came for a point and they got it. And these are the sort of, you know what, in a way, it's a compliment to Arsenal. I think Lee Judges said it in his interview last night. Compliment to Arsenal because it's showing that teams are very, very wary of our abilities and are coming and are going to shut up shop. And we're going to see a lot more teams going to come to the Emirates and away from home. They're going to do that. But what the problem was last night was that we had a real lack of depth on the bench. No real attacking players to come on and really change the game. Who could we bring on for Eddie? Who could we bring on for Martinelli? Saka? Nobody really. Marquinhos? A kid? So it shows that Arsenal have got to use this transfer window to make some signings. And by the way, the referee last night, that's another matter. But we've got to make some signings. And that is why the next few days in particular, I feel, are going to be very, very important for Arsenal, because I feel we need to get at least one of those signings in before we play that game against Tottenham next week. Again, we don't want to go into that game where we don't really have any attacking options off the bench, because that, again, we know how Conte plays. They're going to be very difficult to break down as well. So big next few days, I feel, for Arsenal. I've spoken already about Mudryk. He's the number one target for Arsenal this January. I've spoken about the fact that Arsenal have put a second bid in for him that is said to be around about the £62 million mark when, you know, you put all the add-ons together. Shakhtar apparently are going to be discussing it today now. There are a lot of rumours swirling around that they're going to reject that bid as well. They want more money. I've said before that they're looking for close to up to £88 million, which I think is a bit, well, way overpriced. But they're citing Anthony, his move to Manchester United, and saying that they feel that their player is just as good, so they want similar amount of money. And the other problem that Arsenal have is that Chelsea are trying to hijack the deal. Chelsea, they want him as well. They see him as the ideal winger for them. You know, they really lack that. And they want Mudryk as well. Now, what we've got going in our favour is that he wants to come to Arsenal. Mudryk, there's been a 5-year deal agreed, personal terms with the club. He wants to come. However, it's down to the club. He's under a long contract. If they don't want to sell him and they don't want to go, you know, with the sort of money that Arsenal are offering, and Chelsea come in and put in a bigger offer, it could pose problems. And it could even mean that Arsenal say to themselves, you know, let's just walk away from this and go and look at other options. So the next few days, I feel, very critical for this deal. I'm still hopeful that it will get done, but Chelsea are a real threat on this. They are trying to hijack the deal. Now, should Arsenal also try and get João Felix? I said in my interview yesterday that I'd get Mudryk and Felix. Imagine if we had both of them on the bench last night as options to bring on. Or one of them could have started and we could have rested, you know, a Martinelli, who's, remember, since we've come back from the World Cup, he's played 90 minutes in every single game. And that, you know, in that busy Christmas period where, you know, you're playing games thick and fast. I mean, it was only a couple of days ago we played Brighton. And, you know, a high energy, high octane player like him is going to get really tired. Same with Saka. So this is why we need options. And why not a João Felix? Now, spoken extensively about it over the last couple of days, about the fact that it's going to be a very expensive deal, said to be around about £18.3 million. You know what I mean? You've got that big signing on fee, well, that big loan fee that Atletico Madrid are looking, and then if you add his wages on top of that, it's expensive. Arsenal said to be still interested in it, but they want the price to come down before they would even think about moving. The two clubs interested in him at the moment, Arsenal, Manchester United, it would be a loan till the end of the season. Then maybe consider an option to buy, which again, he'd be very expensive. but he's an option. And I'd love to see options come in. So let's wait and see how that one works out. We saw last night how important Thomas Partey is to Arsenal's team. Possibly the man of the match. He was absolutely brilliant in the game. But what if he gets injured? Now, there's been suggestions, and only suggestions. It's the CBS journalist, Ben Jacobs. He made a claim that Arsenal are interested in signing Declan Rice. Now, for me, it would be a great signing. I really, really admire him as a player. I think he'd be perfect at Arsenal. But I think the chances of signing Declan Rice in January, absolutely no chance. For starters, look at the position that West Ham are in. You know, he's their club captain. You know, they're facing... I mean, listen, if they sold Declan Rice, right, I know the West Ham fans, they'd be marching on that stadium. It'd be a bit like The Simpsons when they're marching with the big torches with the fire on. Absolutely no way they'd sell him in January. But maybe a possibility for the summer. Declan Rice, there's talk that he could go for around about 70 million. If Arsenal maybe, I don't know, won the league, could we attract a player like that? I mean, it would be really interesting to see come the summer where a player like him will choose to go. Because let's say a lot of people have been saying he's going to go Chelsea. If they sign that Enzo Fernandez, I doubt they'd go in for Declan Rice as well. Or, mind you, it's Chelsea. Maybe they would. But maybe Arsenal could be an option for him. But at the moment in January, I think absolutely no chance. And I think it's just a load of speculation at the moment. Now, what about this next player here, right? This is a player that I've seen, this rumour, that he's possibly available. Now, I don't know if he's available right now or in the summer, but it's Calcio Mercato Web, a publication based over in Italy. They say that Inter Milan are willing to sell Lautaro Martinez if they get the right price, which is said to be around about £70 million is what Way would take for him. Now, Lautaro Martinez, he didn't have a very good World Cup. I have to say, I was watching him in the World Cup up close and personal. I thought he was very, very disappointing in the World Cup. He said after the World Cup he's been carrying a bit of an ankle injury and has had to have like injections, and maybe that affected his performance. But certainly in previous seasons, he's been brilliant. And we were trying to sign him. Remember, there was I think was it last summer or the summer before? We were desperately trying to sign Lautaro Martinez, but he decided to stay at Inter. But apparently Inter would be willing to cash in on Lautaro Martinez, according to Calcio Mercato Web. He scored 7 goals in 15 appearances this season, contracted until 2026, so still on a long-term contract. But if that's true, should Arsenal be trying to get a Lautaro Martinez? I mean, again, I like him, even despite the fact that he had a poor World Cup, but I like him. But should Arsenal be making inquiries for Lautaro Martinez? Because if he's available, to me, top player still. But I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments what you think about that. Now, we've been linked also with another player today. His name's called Lucas Kawan. He's a right back. He plays for Grêmio over there in Brazil. Still only 19 years of age. Now, this is according to a publication over in Brazil called Band. They are saying that Arsenal, also Manchester City, are keeping tabs on the youngster, that they're very, very interested in. I don't even know what the fee would be. The fee at the moment would be unknown for him. But again, I don't think this is going to be something that happened in January. Remember, in the right back position at the moment, we've got Tomiyasu, we've got Ben White, we've got Cedric as well. So obviously, also in no hurry to sign our right back, but you know, the rumours are that we are monitoring this kid and we're interested in him. So again, I think more a summer thing, if that at all is something that actually happens. And what about Cedric? Very interesting yesterday that he wasn't even in the Arsenal squad. Not in the Arsenal squad at all. Now, I spoke yesterday about the fact that Fulham are very interested in signing him on a permanent deal, but they want him to lower his wages. Actually, on £75,000 a week, Cedric. Fulham want him to lower those wage demands before they make a move. But it was interesting that he wasn't in the Arsenal squad yesterday. So is that sort of showing us that Cedric is on his way out this January transfer window? Let's wait and see how that one works out. So, Yeah, the rumours continue. I think, listen, it's all on the Mudryk one for me. This is the one at the moment. This is the priority number one. Can Arsenal get this one over the line, or could Chelsea hijack it? But I think we saw last night that we definitely need some reinforcements in those attacking areas. Who should it be? Love to hear from you guys. Thanks for watching the show. Don't forget to subscribe here to AFTV. We just hit 1.5 million subscribers on the channel, so thank you very much for that. Leave your comments as well. Been loving what you guys have been saying, and we'll be back tomorrow. Shop for AFTV merch at shop.aftv.co.uk. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, Snapchat, and Twitch. We've got content for every platform, so check it out.